Hey everybody, today we are going to talk about solving equations using multiplication and division. So we got to remember our multiplication property of equality. It says if A equals B, then A times C equals B times C. So that would be something like this. If X equals 4, and I multiply both sides by 3, 3X would equal 3 times 4, so 3X would equal 12. Okay? And it works the same for the division property of equality. If A equals B, then A divided by C equals B divided by C. So I can kind of go backwards here. If 3x equals 12, and then I divide both sides by 3, then x equals 4. Okay. So, let's look at this. Solve x divided by 3 equals negative 6. Okay, so I always want to do the opposite. Okay, so I've got x divided by 3 equals negative 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by 3. Okay, this 3 is going to cancel that 3 and leave me with an x. And 3 times negative 6 is going to be negative 18. And I'm done. Okay, over here, 18 equals negative 4y. I want to get the y by itself. So I'm going to divide top and bottom by negative 4. That's going to cancel out that negative 4 and leave me with y. I always like to put my variable on the left side. You don't have to do that, but I always prefer it. Okay, a positive divided by a negative is a negative, and this is going to reduce to 9/2. Which, if you really needed to, you could change to the decimal negative 4.5, but I just prefer that you leave it as a mixed number, since that's mostly what you're going to do later on. Okay, so here's a couple problems for you to do. So pause the video, solve these two problems real quick, then jump back on here and compare it to what I get. Okay, so negative 1.5n equals 3. So I'm going to go ahead and divide by negative 1.5 on both sides. This is going to cancel here. I'm going to get n equals negative 2. Okay, over here, I've got x divided by 5 is negative 2, so I'm going to cancel that divided by 5 by multiplying both sides by 5. That's going to cancel there, and I'm going to get x equals negative 10. Pretty simple to do. Okay, what about this one? So, there's a couple ways you can look at this one. The easiest way to understand is to think of it this way. This is x times 4 divided by 5 with a negative on the front. I always take the negative and put it on the numerator. So I would rewrite this like this. Okay, and now this is x times negative 4 divided by 5. So I want to undo all that. So the first thing that I could do is I could multiply both sides by 5. Okay, so that's going to cancel here and leave me with negative 4x equals negative 40. And now I'm going to divide by negative 4 to make that go away. Do unto one side as you do unto the other. So that leaves me with x equals 10. Okay, so here's one for you to do. Let's write it a little bit bigger. So this is negative 8 divided by 5 times x equals 5. So go ahead and pause the video, solve this problem, and then jump back on and see how you did. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by 5. That's going to make that go away and leave me with negative 8x equals 25. And now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 8. And I get x equals negative 25 eighths. And I can't really reduce that. I can change it to a mixed number, but I don't really want to do that. Don't do that very often in algebra. Okay, so we're just going to leave it. Okay, the record low temperature in Arizona is 1.6 times the record low temperature in Rhode Island. What is the record low temperature in Rhode Island? Okay, so you got to get some information from the picture here. So it tells you the record low temperature in Arizona is 40, negative 40. Okay, so let's go back. The record low temperature in Arizona is 1.6 times the record low temperature in Rhode Island. So 1.6 times the temperature in Rhode Island equals negative 40 degrees. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and divide by 1.6. So t equals, it's going to be negative. Let's see, I don't have a calculator, so I'm going to have to. 16 will go into 40. Twice? That's 32. Subtract, that leaves 8. Drop the 0. 16 will go in there 5 times. Okay, and so that ends up being negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit. And there you have it. That's the record low in Rhode Island. Okay, so you're going to get to do 1 through 39, the odd problems in class. I will see you there and talk to you later.